Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. So it's late at night on a Wednesday. What time is it? It is after 10. So I figured I'd shoot a video about this. And the topic for today is your body and brain are best friends. So I'll explain that in a minute. Relax. Smile. You made it through another day. And you got a glorious day ahead of you. So if you watch these videos in the first thing in the morning, just say, well, how much fun can I have today? You know, maybe today's going to work out better than yesterday. Maybe today's a day when I feel pretty good. Maybe today's a day when I can focus on conveying safety instead of perpetuating fear. All right. Your body and brain are best friends. Okay? Look, your brain is essentially part of your body. I get it. You know, but there's a lot of talk about this mind-body connection. And is that true? Yeah, they're connected, certainly. They talk to each other. They communicate. But I think it's really one system, right? And in my view, the brain is the control center of the system, you know? You cut off the head, nothing happens below. The body can't live on its own. The brain is controlling everything from breathing to, vascular blood flow to immune system to digestion to everything in between, heart rate, all sorts of stuff. Thousands and thousands of functions happen in the body. There are trillions of cells, and it's really a miraculous thing, this human body and brain, right? Truly miraculous. And I believe the body and the brain have one goal: wellness. Simply put, the body and brain's natural state is homeostasis, meaning wellness. So how come so many people are sick? How come the mind-body syndrome and chronic pain and chronic symptoms exist? Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of misinformation, which creates a lot of fear. We have a lot of emotional stress, childhood trauma, chaos in our lives, and that creates a brain that gets more vigilant and activated throughout our lifetimes. And I do believe, theoretically, we accumulate all of these stressors and tensions and angers and dangers and fears and worries, and at a certain point in time we hit a tipping point when the brain says, uh-oh, danger. When the brain says, enough. We need symptoms to protect you, to warn you against a perceived danger. Now, those dangers could be any number of things. It could be emotions, as Sarno theorized. It could be our own thinking. It could be work stress, family stress, lifey life stuff, politics, global stuff. You name it. And I think I have a video. If you search Pain Free You 11 on YouTube, go to Pain Free You 11. You'll find 11 examples of perceived danger. But there's a bunch of stuff I covered in my book as well. What are the things the brain can perceive as dangerous? And once you have symptoms, then we can start to perceive things like food or movement or chemicals or mold, musty smells, computers, phone devices, lights, noise, right? All sorts of things can be perceived as dangerous and turn on a warning from the brain. But back to this concept of the brain and body are best friends. They are. They communicate constantly, literally 24/7. Your brain is monitoring what's going on in the human body. It's monitoring breathing. It's monitoring heart rate. It's monitoring sensations. It's monitoring all sorts of things. That's why you can wake up and feel, I'm too hot, and you got to throw the blanket off. That's why you might wake up coughing, get a little, saliva going down the wrong path, and you cough. The brain is always monitoring for all of these sensations coming from the body, and it activates the response, a cough. a sneeze, if you get a tickle in your nose. The brain and body are both working to your advantage. Their goal is to keep you alive first and foremost. Safe second, which is if you're not safe, you might not stay alive. But they're working together, but the brain is in charge. So as it relates to mind-body symptoms, chronic pains, chronic ailments, you name it, I believe that we don't accomplish recovery and healing through the body. I think we got to teach the brain that we're okay. Because a brain that's perceiving danger consistently doesn't operate the human machinery as well. And it can turn on pain signals or other symptoms based on misinformation and fear. And so we really want to convey to the brain, I'm okay, so it can turn off these false alarms, to turn off these temporary symptoms, because the core belief that I have, and I'm really trying to convey in these videos and in the things I teach and in my book and everything else, is that you're not broken. A mind-body condition means your brain is turning on symptoms by mistake. Chronic symptoms, in my view, are almost always a mistake. Chronic pain especially is almost always a mistake. Why? Because the body heals. And so if you've got pain longer than the normal healing time for whatever started it, then it's a mistake. The brain perceiving danger is the cause of the symptom, not the original injury. Now, in some cases, we don't even have injuries. So in that case, it's clearly a mistake. The brain perceives something in life chaos, emotional chaos, stress, tension, family issues, work issues, money. It perceives that as dangerous, and sometimes we can get ouch, little back pain, a migraine, a headache, something, reflux, heartburn, you name it. And then unfortunately, we get sucked into the medical system to research what's going on. Why do I hurt? Why do I have this feeling, this sensation, this symptom? And I wrote about it extensively in my book. I talk about the normal journey through chronic pain or symptoms. And I walk through that. I won't do it here. But inevitably, it's like symptoms start, and then we start to get scared. What's going on? We research, we dig, then the fear builds. Then through not having an answer, oftentimes we don't get the answer we need. We don't get the solution or the cure from the medical system. We become more and more fearful, more and more believing that we're broken. And all the while, your brain and body are just trying to do their best to keep you safe. But the brain is operating on this misinformation that goes, none of these doctors can fix me. I must be really sick. Fear, misinformation, fear, misinformation. It's sometimes a vicious cycle. And very often, very predictably, very reliably, when we teach the brain, you know what, it's false alarm, we're actually okay. And when we're consistent and credible in that belief in those messages, the brain predictably and reliably turns down and then off the symptoms. I just looked today. I've got like 110 success stories. PainFreeYouSuccess.com for likely dozens and dozens of different types of conditions. It's not just pain. It's all sorts of stuff. So, your brain and body are working together all the time. The brain is monitoring everything all the time. If you want the body to feel better, don't fix the body, because the brain, if it still thinks there's a problem, all the treatments to the body are not going to help. Doesn't matter if you're doing chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, acupuncture, supplementation, food changes, all this stuff. If your brain still thinks there's a problem, treating the symptom is not the solution. You got to go to the root cause and teach this scared, overprotective, very often misinformed brain that you're actually okay. You correct the bad data so that that can help neutralize the fear, and all of a sudden the brain starts operating this miracle machinery called the human body so much better. And it works reliably well, predictably. So I want you to take this next step. Yes, the brain and body are best friends with each other, but they're both looking out for you, for your heart, your spirit, your soul. Your brain is your best friend. And if you go, my stupid brain is messing with me, it's hurting me, why is it torturing me? It's not. It's just misinformed. It just doesn't know what it doesn't know. It's operating based on its beliefs. And oftentimes those beliefs are given to us. Sometimes we form our own beliefs based on what we've heard and what we've seen and what we've read and what we've talked about and what the doctors say and the labels and the diagnoses we get. Brain's just doing its best with the information it has. And the cool part is, once you learn about this and how this miraculous system functions, you can work within that framework and teach the brain to turn off these symptoms. By teaching the brain, not how to turn off the body's symptoms, but by teaching the brain, we're actually okay. We're not sick, we're not broken. Symptoms will take care of themselves. We are not fixing body parts here at Pain Free You. We're teaching the brain safety, and the brain will then reach that homeostasis with the body and turn off these symptoms. And all sorts of stuff can heal. All sorts of stuff. So, I'm going to wrap this up here. It's been a long day, long week so far, and it's only Wednesday night. But I do a lot of group coaching, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I do 12 hours of coaching in those 3 days. And if you'd like some support, consider it. PainFreeUGroup.com. PainFreeUGroup.com. If you want to see the success stories, PainFreeUSuccess.com. If you don't know where to find these YouTube videos or you just want a shortcut, go to DansYouTube.com. And if you want my book, PainFreeUBook.com. No surprise, I've got a lot of these short URLs that you can jump to where you want to go to. You can get well. I believe in you. So, hope you're doing well today. Have a great day. See how much fun you can have today. And if you're a little bit concerned with, how bad is today going to be? Flip that question. Wonder how good today can be. Your brain will look for evidence that today's a good day. So, I'll wrap it up here. Love you folks. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.